All right, today we're talking about a true unsung hero of your health, an essential amino acid called threonine. It's one of those crucial building blocks that's quietly powering some of your body's most important systems, yet most of us have probably never even heard of it. So let's figure out why this molecule is one of the most important things you've never thought about.
Just think about that for a second. Your body is this brilliant, self-sustaining factory, right? But what if it couldn't actually produce some of its most critical components? Well, that's exactly the situation we're in with certain nutrients, and it really hammers home why our diet is just so incredibly important.
So, let's start at the very beginning. Threonine is what we call an essential building block. And its story is kind of fascinating because it was literally the last major piece of the protein puzzle to be discovered.
So, what is this stuff exactly? Well, threonine is an essential amino acid. And that word essential is key. It means your body cannot, under any circumstances, make this on its own. You have to get it from your food, period.
And get this, it was only discovered in 1936. Think about that. For pretty much all of human history, one of our most vital building blocks was a complete and utter mystery. Kind of wild, right?
Part of its magic comes from its really unique chemical structure. It's got this rare design, a special shape, that gives it incredible versatility. It's what allows it to do so many different jobs all over the body.
100%. That is exactly how much threonine you need to get from your diet. Your body cannot make a single drop on its own. And that, right there, is why understanding what it does is so critical. So if it's that important, what does it actually do? Well, you can kind of think of threonine as having three distinct superpowers working inside your body at this very moment. And here they are. We're going to break down threonine's role as a gut guardian, an immune booster, and a bodybuilder. Each one is an absolutely critical job that depends entirely on getting enough of this single little amino acid.
Okay, superpower number 1, gut guardian. Threonine is absolutely essential for producing something called mucins. Just think of mucin as the slippery, protective gel that lines your entire digestive tract. This barrier is your first line of defense against all sorts of nasty stuff, preventing what's known as leaky gut and making sure you can actually absorb all the nutrients from your food.
Next up, it's an immune booster. Your immune system has these little soldiers called antibodies that identify and neutralize invaders like bacteria and viruses. And guess what those antibodies are made of? You got it, amino acids. And threonine is a primary building block. Without enough of it, your body just can't build its army of defenders effectively.
And its third superpower, bodybuilder. Now, this isn't just about big muscles. Threonine is required to create structural proteins like collagen and elastin. The stuff that gives your skin its bounce, your joints their flexibility, and your blood vessels their strength. It's also a key player in activating the mTOR pathway, which is basically the master switch for muscle repair and growth.
Okay, so now that we know why it's so important, the million-dollar question is, where do we actually get it? Let's talk about how to fuel your body with this hero molecule. So broadly speaking, we can look at two main categories. Animal sources are what we call complete proteins, which means they usually have all the essential amino acids, including threonine, in pretty high amounts. Plant sources are also fantastic, but they often have more moderate levels, which just means combining different plants, like beans and rice, is a really smart strategy to make sure you're covered.
And you can see how this plays out with real food. Yeah, chicken breast is at the top, but just look at how well some of the plant-based sources hold up. A serving of tofu gets you a really solid amount, about half of what the chicken has. Even a single egg gets you a good half gram. It really shows you've got great options no matter what you eat.
So, to put it simply, whether you're reaching for cottage cheese and salmon or you're all about tofu and pumpkin seeds, the good news is that this essential hero is out there and easy to find. The key is just being mindful about including these kinds of protein sources in your diet.
So let's pull all of this together, because it's pretty clear at this point that threonine isn't just some passive building block. No, it's an active, dynamic guardian for your body. I think this line really just says it all. It's a multifunctional guardian molecule. That word, guardian, is perfect. It completely reframes it from just being a component to being an active protector of our health. When you look at the whole picture,
You see, threonine is really your body's silent guardian. It's guarding your gut, it's fortifying your immune defenses, it's making sure your tissues are strong, all while helping to support your energy. It's doing all of this, all the time, completely behind the scenes.
And that really just leaves us with one final question. Now that you know the power of this unsung hero, think about your own diet for a second. Are you consistently giving your body this absolutely essential tool it needs to build, to defend, and to protect itself?